Hey, yeah, shalom, shalom. Come on. Shalaki, I was looking for for some reason, I can't find this video. You know, Esau be playing with the feed, man. Shalaki. It's your brother Yaradon with the Lands of Judah, located here in Chicago. I want to start out by giving all praise to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rikakwadash. All right, double honors to the elders, man, of the nation of Israel, who told us this truth, all right? Shalom to the Akim that's scattered throughout the four corners of the whole world these days, these last days, preaching this word in truth and sincerity. And last but not least, you know, to the Akim and the Akwatim, the brothers and the sisters, you know, who subscribe to this truth, man. So I just want to touch on, you know, I just want to touch on these Old Testament Israelites who don't believe in Yahawashi, man, you know. And you know, like, we too late in the game for you to try to step in and come into this truth, you know, and try to deceive people with the doctrine of, you know, that Old Testament doctrine, Yahawashi is not the son, or he's not the redeemer or the savior. All right, as if he's taking the place of the Most High. All right. So we gotta debunk that doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Because Yahawashi is centered, this whole Bible salvation is centered around future prophecy. All right. So in order to even talk about any type of future prophecy, you cannot exclude Yahawashi, man, dealing with the Old Testament. Like, how don't you see it? It's because the Most High blinded you and gave you a spirit of slumber, man, because he didn't want your sins to be converted. All right, because we in these last days, man, these are perilous times, all right? So, Salaki, I'm going to get right to the precepts. Bear with me for a second, y'all. All right. So, yeah, man, let me kick it off. Share my screen. All right. It's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at Salakia, Second Esdras, chapter 15, and verse 4. It says, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness," man. All right. So if you don't believe in Yahawashi, how are you going to be preserved during the future upcoming events, during the death and calamities that's going around throughout the earth right now? Okay, either the Most High is preserving you to save you, or He's preserving you so you can pan away in the famine. All right. What did it say? They that are killed with the sword are better than they that pan away in the famine, man. All right. So, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Let's just get a regular basic Google definition of unfaithful, man. All right. We know they got engaging in sexual relations with a person that's other than one's regular partner. All right. Unfaithfulness, infidelities and whatnot, so-called damn cheating. All right. Then you got another definition: disloyal, treacherous, and insecure. All right. So you really don't have no security when you don't believe in Yahawashi. When you're not faithful to the doctrine, to the gospel in its entirety, okay? Because Yahawashi comes in the value of the book, man. All right, so look what else word is right there for unfaithful. Another word similar, deceitful, man, which is Hashatan, the adversary, the damn devil. You know what I'm saying? So you are dealing with a spirit that has come upon you so that you wouldn't subscribe to the Redeemer, to the mediator, man. Who talking to the Most High for you? Didn't the Most High set up order? Let all things be done decently and in order, man. Didn't the Most High set up justice and judgment and order and court systems down here on this earth? Isn't there a heavenly wise council with angels on the left? Ain't that's in the Old Testament written? I believe it's about who was that? Ahab. What the lion? The angels say, "I will go down and be a lion spirit." It was that heavenly council with the angels on the right hand side and those on the left hand side. So, like, you working with a spirit off the left hand side, deceitful, a lying spirit. All right, when you are unfaithful, when you don't believe in Yahawashi, you teaching this doctrine, man, this false doctrine. All right. So, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 40. The book of Psalms, chapter 40. And Salaki, hold on. Before I get this, let me go back. I want to go back. Bear with me. Let me jump back. I'm going to get back to Psalm 40, man. But I want to touch on this too, though, because, we dealing with future prophecy, man. All right? We dealing with end time events. So, if you are out here speaking on this gospel, right? Isaiah 60, what's that? Isaiah 61, the good tidings, the spirit of the Lord is upon me. All right, to preach the gospel, the good news. So if you teaching that you got this book, the good news, the redemption, who's the redeemer? Is the Most High gonna get off the throne? Matter of fact, let me get this. All right, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18 and verse 15. Thine almighty word, Yahawashi, thine almighty word leap down. See, it's talking about the Most High. Thine, the Most High is the thine. Okay, your almighty word, thine almighty word leap down from heaven out of thy royal. Your almighty word leap down from heaven out of your royal throne as a fierce man of war into the midst of a land of destruction, man. All right, so this is talking about. This is Solomon writing, about Yahweh, telling him your almighty word leaped down from heaven. That's Yahawashi. Because remember, Yahawashi made the statement, no man knows the date of the time when I'm going to come back, only the Father in heaven. All right, so the Most High going to get him the green light. And then we on you nations as and you 2/3. Okay, so the Most High is not going to get off the throne and come down here and lift a finger to smite you. Okay, he just want to sit back and enjoy the show. He's an all-powerful being. Okay, he's in everything, microscopic organisms. So you think he's finna get down here and come deal with y'all? No, he created a great host of angels to destroy the wicked. You know, and I'm gonna get into that. But let me get this, man. It says, 2nd Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, okay, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written upon paper, for they are faithful and true. Okay, so this is the prophecy right here. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Okay, because it's trouble from the come, man. All right. The imaginations of the wicked, man, they are want to chip everybody with the micro RFID chip and tag you. You already got a social and a birth certificate that they've been tracking you and your family with. All right, so now they gonna a time coming where they wanna set up the New World Order enterprise, man. And you know they're gonna see right now they got the test run going with the jab. All right. They want to inject you with some. They gonna see how far you willing to go to integrate back into society. Even though you know the society don't really care about you because they'll kill you with their knee on your neck and shoot your baby for, shoot the car with you and the baby in it and hang you in a jail cell and shoot you with your hands up. So you know the society here in America, Babylon the Great, they not going to accept you. So they doing a test run with the jab to see who gonna let them inject you with anything. You don't know. You know God knows what horseshoe crab blood and whatnot. All right, and they trying to set up their new world order and establish world dominance. The so-called white man, Esau, Edom, these Illuminati bankers, banking families, the Rothschild families, the Rockefellers. All right, these people have planned out trouble for you. All right, Jacob's trouble. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, so-called. Okay, so it says, verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You damn devils who don't believe in Yahawashi. All right, it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. All right, let's see what the future prophecy says the plagues are going to be. The sword, which is the modern day gun. The gun is the modern day sword. So the gun, okay, famine. Okay, you're gonna starve to death. Remember the siege of Jerusalem, 70 AD? Or who was it? Titus and Vespasian, General Vespasian and Titus, 70 AD. All right. So then on top of that, what's that? Deuteronomy 28 and 54, or is it 52 or 56? The woman, the tender and delicate woman among you, and it goes on to say she's going to eat her children and the seeds. Okay, and that happened when General Vespasian in 70 AD cut off the food supply and starved out the Israelites, man. That was the falling away that happened. Now the man of sin is being revealed because we letting you know that the so-called white man, Esau Edom, is planning to kill 2/3 of you people. 66.6% is what they coming after. All right. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. All right. But why? Because they are wicked and the Israelites are scattered into all nations. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are scattered out into all nations. You got Jamaicans in damn London. How? Because the so-called white man took them over there and they got to pay for that because we built that. Benjamin. All right. So it says the sword. So like I'm going to start that 5 again. Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, which is the gun, famine, which is the hunger. You're going to be starving to death, eating your kids. That's what they was doing. They was eating their kids in 70 AD. And this is a time coming as never before. So you're going to eat your children if you're not covered by the blood of Yahweh Ba'Shem. Yahawashi, covered under the blood of Yahawashi, the lamb that was slain for our sins and iniquities, man. All right. So it says, famine, death, and destruction, man. Whoa. Destruction. All hell is about to break loose. You have no idea. Your mind can't even fathom nor conceive all the hell that's about the Lord is about to release off the left hand side. And ultimately, after that, right after that, He going to release the power and glory off the right hand side. And I'm gonna get into that too. So it say, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. That's right, man. You see it going on. You see what's going on in Tel Aviv with the gay parades. All right. You got America Gay Month, Gay Month, whatever that was a month or two ago. All right, June, July. And then what else you got, man? You got the parades, the gay parades. You got the Thanksgiving Day parade. They supposed to be thanking Yahweh for letting the white man come here and kill all of the damn Northern Kingdom off and, and enslave Jake, the tribe of Judah and Benjamin and Levi. All right. So, hey, this place is wicked. It's going throughout the land. You got damn OnlyFans, man. TikTok, Instagram, all these hypocritical apps where they, you got people waking up different camps scattered throughout the world, different levels of different camps, different people, Israelites. And they put the truth on these apps and they'll block your page and block your app for 30 days and ban you. But then at the same time, you got, women being promiscuous. You got our men glorifying murdering each other, drugs, the thug lifestyle, so-called black culture. All right. They glorifying everything homosexual and wicked and contrary to the scriptures. And they're going to block you for that. So, hey, it's say for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Yeah, they works. It say their hurtful works are fulfilled. That's right too. It's smoke in the Most High's face. What's that? Isaiah 63, 50. What's that? Isaiah 65. You that brought forth abominable things. You was smoking the Lord's face, man, continually. All right, it's saying that hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, said the Lord. Oh yeah, that was it on that. Yeah, So back here in the book of Psalms, dealing with the unfaithful believers who don't want to believe in Yahawashi, He's the one who's going to protect you from the famine and the death and the gun and the destruction, man. So if you don't believe in Him, you're wasting your time, man. You are deceitful. You're a devil. All right. So it says, the book of Psalms, chapter 40 and verse 6, and it reads, sacrifice and offering thou didst not desire. Mine ears hast thou opened, burnt offering and sin offering thou hast not required. Okay. Then said I, lo, I come, and the volume of the book it is written of me. All right. I delight to do thy will, O my power. Yeah, thy law is within my heart. I have preached righteousness in the great congregation. Look, I have not refrained my lips, O Yahweh. Thou knowest. Okay. So who is this talking about? Who delighted to do the will of the Lord, man? All right. Who is this whole Bible in its entirety talking about? Who's the main character? Who's the light from the beginning? Who's the first spirit ever created? All right. It's the book of Luke, man. The New Testament, so-called. Luke 22 and 42. I'm going to start at 41. And he was withdrawn from them. About a stone's cast, and kneeled down and prayed, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. All right. So in so many words, he's saying, like, I don't really want to go through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, please, man, if you would, come on now. They finna nail me to the cross. So he say, but nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. Because he came ahead to serve his Father. He knew what his mission was. He was firm. He wasn't afraid. All right. He knew it was finna hurt, but he wasn't afraid. He had to go through it. And he delighted to do the will of the Lord, man. All right. So, who is this talking about in the book of Psalms, chapter 22 and verse 16, man? For dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. King David wrote this. So did King David get pierced in his hands and his feet? Who was he talking about? You got to make it make sense. All right, make it make sense Monday. That's the video. That's what it's all about, man. You got to make it make sense. How you claiming you waiting for salvation, but then like there's no deliverer. There's no Yahawashi. He delivers. That's what Yahawashi means. He delivers, man. So how you waiting on him to be delivered, and you ain't got no deliverer? Because we know the Old Testament talk about Daniel gonna stand up and fight. I'm gonna go to that and get into that. But like, I mean, yeah, the book of Daniel say Prince Michael gonna stand up and fight. Michael means God like, God like, Micah Allah. So you just think it go from Yahweh, I am, or I exist. I mean, he exists, I am. And then you got like God like. No, man, I believe that the Most High created Yahawashi. He was that first spirit created that light because he knew he was going to need a deliverer, man. Yahawashi was the first spirit created. And I'm led to believe that Prince Michael is who's the general of the army of the Lord. Okay, I'm led to believe that he's the third spirit created because he's godlike. Now we know that Yahawashi is the closest thing to the Most High, but yet you got Prince Michael named Micah Allah, which means godlike. Okay, he's the one who's going to fight, but you have to have a deliverer. Prince Michael is not the deliverer. His name is not Yahawashi, man. All right. So this happened to Yahawashi. And you know what's going to prove that is the dogs. We all know Malachi 1 and 4. Okay, the wicked. We know who the wicked is according to Malachi 1 and 4. It's the nation of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, who are the Greeks and the Romans. So it says, for dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. That's the so-called white man, the assembly of the wicked, the dogs. Okay, who brutally murdered and slain that lamb. All right. So here go Yahawashi. What was he on? If he was supposed to love everybody and all of this, Jesus loved the little children. Why did he call Salaka? Why did he call this Edomite woman? Damn devil. Why did he call this Edomite woman a dog? If he was supposed to love everybody, like they say, Christianity. Say sweet Jesus, sweet baby Jesus. Because, man, he was on the same type of time as King David. All right, Yahawashi was on the same type of time. Don't you know King David hated the Edomites with a perpetual hatred? He he said he hated them with a perfect hatred. Salaki. He counted them his enemies. Yeah, man, Salaki. So this is the book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 26. The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by nation, and she besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter. But Yahawashi said unto her, let the children first be filled, for it is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. Okay, what was his whole purpose in calling her a dog? Okay, so he could put her in her place and let her know, no, this ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm here for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay, what he told in Matthew 15:24. Okay, so yeah, man, Yahawashi was on the same type of time King David was on, calling them people dogs. Okay, so this is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 5. For there is one God, for there is one power and one mediator between that power and men, the man Hamashiach Yahawashi. Okay, for there is one power and one mediator between power and men, the man Hamashiach Yahawashi, man, who gave himself a ransom for all, to be testified in due time. Okay, so if you coming out here talking about you prophesying salvation to the future, Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. The testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. All right, and we're gonna need Yahawashi, the spirit of the Lord, to lift up a standard for us, man. And if you don't have him, you're not gonna make it, man. Okay, so this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh. Okay, so that's the order right there, man. Ain't you Old Testament Israelites? Ain't you? You gotta make it make sense. Ain't your woman your possession? Okay, don't you have wives or whatever? These Old Testament guys, you got a wife. Ain't that your possession? Ain't you above her? All right, so you just think like you just go directly to God, bro? Like you just ain't nobody. Like ain't nobody between you. This is you and God. You get told to God, pray. Nah, man. Yahawashi is who speaks to us in these last days, man, and who speaks to the Most High on our behalf. And that heavenly wise counsel every 24 hours concerning your life. That's why a lot of people dying out here because they don't get the right understanding, man. These are the words of eternal life. The words of Yahawashi are the words of eternal life, man. All right. All right. So this is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse 1. And at that time, what time? We're going to get into that next. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. All right. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Oh man, you know we could go so deep on that. You know, so hey, Prince Michael, man, Micah Allah, he's gonna stand up, man. That great prince, Micah Allah. He's who the one who is godlike. He's the general of the army of the Lord, man. Salakia, not the general, but you know, he's underneath, right under Yahawashi, because Yahawashi is the right hand of the Lord, and then you got Prince Michael, who is over the army, the great prince that standeth for the children of thy people. He fights for us, man. Okay, yeah, man. So this is the book of Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. When is Prince Michael going to come in and stand up? It say Jeremiah 30 and 7, the last for that day is great, so that there is none like it. Yeah, I just read that in Daniel. It's going to be a time of trouble. See that? A time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even into that same time. That's Jacob's trouble, man. You see, it say, but it say, alas, for that day is great, so that there is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, says, but he shall be saved out of it. All right. So how we gonna be saved out of it? Because Prince Michael is gonna lead the other angels on the chariots, man, in the war in heaven against the so-called white man, the European Union, NATO. All right, World War III. Because remember, I just read it says that thine almighty word leaped down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war into the midst of a land of destruction. So when Yahawashi come back with Prince Michael and the angels, it's going to be wartime, a land of destruction, and he's coming back on dirt. With you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you other nations, you wicked jakes who don't believe in him. You know what he say? Bring hither and slay him before me. If you don't want to have Yahawashi serve over you, all right. It's the book of Luke, chapter 19 and verse 27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. That's why the words of Christ are written in red, because it's a bloody message, man. All right. He shed his blood for this thing, man, for you and me, for the elect. So, like, you know, we don't count ourselves to that number, but, you know, the hopeful elect, he shed his blood for the nation of Israel, man. All right. So, hey, when he come back, let's see how it's gonna be, man. It says, Zephaniah 1 and 14. It say the great day of the Lord Yahweh is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. So it's coming fast, man. Why you think we bringing this out in these last days, last times, man? The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth quick greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. See, even the voice of the day of the Lord. That's what we out here proclaiming, man. All right. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. The day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. That's these mighty nations with their wars, their armies. Okay, it says, and I will bring distress upon men that they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against me. That's right. The Most High has blinded you and given you a spirit of slumber, eyes that you cannot see and ears that you cannot hear, and a heart and mind where you cannot understand and grasp this gospel in its entirety. Especially you Xing out Yahawashi, he really got you in some type of trick bag. Okay, so it says, and that will bring distress upon men, and they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. All right. I just saw a video of I saw a post of a Edomite man was living with an Eve, and he killed the Eve and left her in his home for 7 months, and the neighbors was complaining about a dead animal or something. He lived in there with her for 7 months. So, it smell like a dead body, smell like, dung. Hey, that's how it's finna be, man, for a lot of you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans out here. You know, you 2/3, man. It say, verse 18, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, man. The day of the Lord Yahweh's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by fire. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, and he shall make even a speedy riddance of all of them that dwell in the land, man. A speedy riddance of all of them that dwell in the land. So that's what's coming, man, from Yahawashi, from Yahweh, man. It say Isaiah 59:19, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. Okay, so hey, who is that spirit of the Lord? Hey, this is the book of Revelation 19:10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahawashi. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. All right. So we have the testimony of Yahawashi, which is to forecast and forecall beforehand things to come. And what are we proclaiming? We're sounding that alarm in Zion, warning the people in Zion, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahawashi. Okay, and how do we know that Yahawashi is the spirit of the Lord that's going to lift up a standard against our enemies? This is the book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 3. All right. It says, the Lord is a man of war. It say the Lord Yahweh is a man of war. The Lord Yahweh is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his host has he cast into the sea. His chosen captains are also drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. Thy right hand, remember that same that same right hand. So like that same word, thine almighty word leaped down from out of thy royal throne. It's that same right hand, Yahawashi. All right, who is the right hand of the Lord, man? It says, thy right hand, O Lord, has become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, have dashed in pieces the enemy. Okay, Yahawashi was the is the right hand who destroyed the Egyptians. What it say? I'm gonna keep reading. And in the greatness of thine excellency hast thou overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. All right. So the Most High sent Yahawashi the deliverer to destroy the Egyptians. Verse 8 it say, and with the blast of thy nostril, the waters were gathered together, the flood stood up as a heap. So I'm led to believe that a chariot, we know that was the pillar of fire at night and the cloud by day. So I'm led to believe that the chariot has some type of force or some type of supernatural wind that it blew down and caused the water to open up. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But it says Shalaki. What was that? I think that was mostly it on that though. Now I'm gonna keep going. Shalaki, verse 8. And with the blast of thy nostrils, the waters were gathered together. The flood stood upright as an heap, and the depths were congealed congealed in the heart of the sea. Excuse me if I messed that up. But it say, the enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hands. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that was it on that basically. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that out. All right, to show you that it says, Thy right hand, O Lord, has become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, Yahweh, have dashed in pieces the enemy. So who is that right hand? It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 63 and verse 1. Who is this that coming from Basra? Salaki, who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel. All right. Traveling in the greatness of his strength. Who is this in the Old Testament? I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Yahawashi, the deliverer, the savior, man. He saves, he delivers. All right. So where was I at, man? I believe Exodus where it said um thy right hand, O Lord, has become glorious in power. All right. So that's Yahawashi that's coming back. Um that speak it says I that speak in righteousness mighty to save. All right, because we know that Yahawashi never sinned and he spoke this doctrine with authority. Okay, and he's mighty to save. Okay, and he's the mediator between man and the most high Yahweh. So this is just a faith booster for you brothers in these last days, man. Dealing with the spirit of prophecy about Yahawashi to reverence him as the mediator, man, as that power, man, that right hand. Okay. We don't want to get lackadaisical and get to overly thinking and all of this, man. We want to worship Yahawashi, man, as he is the mediator to the Father. You have to serve him. He's the King of Kings, man. All right. So with that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying to the hope of the elect, and I'm gonna bid y'all a shalom.